Well, hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Maybelline City Mini Palette. This is in the shade Downtown Sunrise. This is a brand new palette, so we're going to talk about this a little bit, and there will be a full review including swatches and everything coming up in a few days on my blog. So, wow, okay. One of them already popped out on me. Well. That's okay. Right. I just used it to do this eye look right here, and yeah, this one right here popped out already. But we have like a pinky white. Then right below that is a cream color. Now I'm just telling you in my eyes what they are. You be the judge here, because you may not see what I see. Okay, then there's a peachy color, and well, almost a corally peachy color right next to that cream shade, right there, and it is very glittery. That's those three that I just talked about. Then right here is the dark brown color, and then we've got right above that next to the white is more of a champagne-y color. Now that's the one that popped out on me already. So if that's any indication, this won't be very travel friendly, because I haven't traveled or anything and it's already popping out. Not the pan, just the shadow. Came out in one big clump. So then right next to that is a pinky shade right there. So I'm going to show you a couple swatches, but you can see that's the looks on my eyes right there. Like I said, there will be better pictures in the coming days on my blog, but we're going to do this first trio, white, cream, and sparkly peach. Okay, I'm going to do white. That white really doesn't show up too well in here, but it works great for a brow bone highlight. That's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see the sparkle there, but that's those three. Now let's do the other three, and we'll do it on the other hand. I'm doing the brown, the pink, and the champagne color. And that's what those three look like on the fingers. I'll show you what the other three look like here. White, peach. Okay, there's what the other three looked like on the fingers. So they are very buttery, very smooth. The pinky one almost has an iridescence to it in a way. But they are very smooth, very buttery. You can tell those three are very pigmented. You can see the shimmer in those things. So that's what that one looks like. And if you can tell the glitter in that peach shade right up here, you know. So yes, there is potential for major fallout with this. My one gripe with this palette in particular, this is the only one I have. This is I found this on Amazon. They haven't even hit the drugstores yet, so you can get them on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below, or at least on my blog whenever I do my review posts. So keep a watch out and subscribe to the blog in case you would like. But I'll be able to tell you more about how it wears, if it wears off, all that. But this right here, I like the palette overall. They are very buttery, very soft, and pretty pigmented, even on the eyes. The one color that kind of disappointed me besides the white was the peachy coral color. That really didn't have a whole lot of payoff. Really not a bright color, because I have all 6 colors on my eye. right here. So, and the brown, it does blend very nicely. Some people may say it even blends away a little bit, but that's okay for me because I want the ability to have a transition, and the brown kind of blends into a transition for me. So if you want to see how I did this, go ahead and keep on watching, and I will go ahead and get into that tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. I've already got my foundation and blush and all that on. I always like to wait for my lips to make sure, well, in this case I'm going to, because I don't know how crazy my eyes are going to look or anything like that. Because this is the first time I have used this palette. It is a brand new palette. It is not even in drugstores yet. So we're going to experiment together. This is what it would look like in the palette, or rather in the package. I will be having a foundation tutorial. This look right here will be coming up in an upcoming video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can see that. And I'm going to zoom you in close. Okay. I zoomed you in a little bit. I apologize if it's too close for your comfort. Okay. You're in a little bit closer than you were, and I'm taking the NYX eyeshadow pencil in Milk. It looks like this. I took the lid off already. And I draw a little bit on my lid here. Now, I've already put, like, foundation and, well, not foundation. Well, yeah, I did put a little bit of foundation and concealer on my eyes. Now, you can take it and make it as crazy as you want to. But, personally, I went a little too heavy, honestly. But, you know, that's okay. Make sure you blend it out very well. Use your ring finger and smooth it out because you don't want it to be all clumpy. And this can get clumpy. That's the one thing I have against this NYX pencil. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. I mainly focus it more on the inner corner because that's where I want the most brightness. Okay. And then I use my ring finger and kind of just drag it out. You don't want to pull too hard. And with this pencil, it can be easy to do because it doesn't glide across the lid like some regular eye primers. But since I have concealer on my lids already, and since I have foundation and all that on, we're just using this as our base instead. And I took it up into the crease a little bit on each side, not heavily. And I do apologize if you hear any whining in the background. My dogs are not happy that I have them in the other room. Okay, since we already have the base on, and you may hear the air conditioning going from time to time as well, we have the base on. You can tell I'm pretty close. Yeah, I tried to zoom in quite a bit. Now, it's not important for this to be exact for your base, but you just want to fairly blend it out. You don't want to go too crazy, and if you get it too close to the inner corner, it can look kind of weird too. So make sure you get whatever you need to blend it out and wiped off or whatever. Now, like I said, we're going into the City Mini palette in Downtown Sunrise, right here. Now, this palette does have some mattes and some shimmers. This one right here is like a matte cream color. It's an off-white color. Then this is practically a stark white up here. A shimmery, and I do mean glittery, peach. Then you've got your matte brown at the bottom. It's a dark brown. It's not really a transition color, but that's what we'll be using somewhat for transition. Then you have your champagne color directly above it and right next to the white. And then the final color is a light pink shade. So we're going to be using those today. Okay, so we're going to take a bigger, rather, fluffy brush, because I'm going to be using the same brush for blending out the crease and all that. So I'm going to take this right here. This is what it looks like. This is one of the You Can Be brushes. And I'm going to go into this cream shade that I talked about. Not the white, but the cream. Now you could do the white if you wanted to, but I go into it and then I tap off the excess, and I'm coming in close so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just basically putting that all over the lid, and you can go all the way to the brow bone with this because it is a neutral color, and we're going to be using this to help blend out because there is no transition shade, so we're going to use it to help lighten, hopefully, the darker brown shade. This is the first time I've used this palette, so we're playing together. So you're playing with me. You're playing with me. Okay. I know I'm crazy sometimes. So right there, we put that on the lids. And you can build up this color a little bit. But you just want to make sure that you have a smooth base. And whenever you cover up a cream product like that NYX base, this just helps make everything else blend smoothly whenever we work on it. Okay, now I'm going to take this is another You Can Be brush. It's more flat, really. And we're going to take that dark brown shade down here. We're going to take that shade right there, and I'm going to go into it very lightly. I mean just tapping into it. Not crazy, but this is rather powdery, it looks like. I'm going to come in even closer than I was. Let me scoot up here. Okay. And yes, there is a shadow because of my lighting. And wherever you put your brush down first is where the most pigment is going to be. So we want the most pigment on this outer V. And you can tell I just went nuts and it went on my lower lash line. But we will fix that. And then we just take it and drag it into the crease. We will fix that lower lash line. That's why it's important in a way to have makeup wipes. Now, granted, I do have my makeup on, but this is not crazy saturated wipe. And that's not going to work too well. It's not wet enough. Okay. See, you can fix, and another way you could do that we're going to do, I think, because it's not wanting to fix just right for me. But you're seeing the real deal. At least you know it is pigmented. Now we're doing the other eye. Tap it on the outer V first. What we might do is just smudge just a little bit of this underneath the lash line and kind of fix that. I tend to go from darkest to lightest, but that's just me. And like I said, I'm dragging this in to the inner corner. These You Can Be brushes are really nice. And you notice I'm not really blowing it out. It's not a really blown out look. I am going in windshield wiper motions from inner corner to outer corner, basically. And whatever blending happens above that area, that just kind of helps to act as a transition. Okay. Now we're going to go in with a more flat brush, if I can find it here. Okay, I'm taking this brush here. It's one of the chamois brushes. And we're going to try, keyword try, going in with this really light pink shade right above this brown right here. At the very far end, we're going to go in with that and really lightly pat it on the brush like that. And we're going to focus that more on the inner corner, because we're going to do some more with that middle of the lid. So we focus that on basically the inner third. Go with that inner corner, the tear duct area. And you can really build up that color. It doesn't look like it's too pigmented. Well, it is pigmented, but it's not what I call overly pigmented. So, like I said, focus it on the inner corner and that inner third, because we are going to focus on the middle here in a moment with another color. So I'm building up this color on this side here, and you can make this as intense as you want it. Me, I like bright eyes. I'm a bright-eyed girl. Bright-eyed, bushy tail right now. So back in with that one brush we just had. That would work better for this thing. And I'm basically just using the other side, because whenever you have a flat brush like this, you could easily use both sides. And I'm packing that color on the other side. I'm going in with this peachy, glittery peachy shade right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap this on the center of the lid. And I am saying tap, because this stuff is really sparkly. You can see right here, see all that dust right there? That's from this shadow, from this color. Now we're going to, like I said, we're just tapping it. My left eye is a little bit easier because I can see it better. And we're going to go back into that dark brown shade here in a moment anyway. So, and you can sweep a little bit if you want to, because sweeping kind of helps blend it a little bit. Because we're going to darken up that outer V some more here in a moment. So, that's what that peachy shade. Now, one thing we can do is go back with our fluffy brush, and you can blend all those colors together. That way there's no harsh line, no crazy definition to, like, okay, where does the peach begin and the brown end and the pink begin and all that. Okay, let's go ahead and fix this area here under the eye. Now I'm going in with the same concealer that I used before. It's the CoverGirl. Whatever concealer you used under the eye, I recommend using it to fix any areas that you might have messed up. Now, if we were using a liner, then I would say wait until the liner is done to do this step. But we're not. So, okay. See, that helped a little bit. Not a whole lot, but that's okay. We're going to go with that. And we're going to deepen up both sides a little bit anyway. So I'm taking this type of brush. It is like an angled flat brush. And I'm going to go back in to that deep, deep brown shade. And like I said, wherever you lay the the brush first, that's where you're going to get the most pigment. So I'm taking it, and with this kind of brush, since I am wanting it on the tip, I'm going in on the tip. And then focusing it on that lash line, and then right straight up into that crease. Just follow your eyelid, basically. That's what I'm suggesting here. And then you can fill in that outer V a little bit, just so it's not so harsh. Now do the same thing to the other side. Like I said, this eye is a little harder. I can't see it that well. And you can drag it as far inward as you want to. The more inward you go, the darker it's going to look, though. So, this is a very shimmery look. And even doing that, I got more under my eye. So, now we've gotten that done. Let's go ahead and take our big blending brush that we were using a little while ago, and let's just buff it out, buff it out, buff it out, buff it out. See, and you can take that brown, and that's what we might do to try to fix this look. And I'm just buffing basically around the edges. And then if you want more shimmer, you can always go back in, because the peach shade isn't as glowy as I would like. So I'm going to take a brush like this again, and I'm going to go into that other shade right there and kind of focus it more closer to the inner third. So basically we're using almost every shade in this palette. Actually, we are going to use every shade. Basically, it's going to be in quadrants instead of thirds. So, and then we're going to blend that all out again. I'm just going to grab a brush right here. Really doesn't, you just want a clean blending brush is all you want for these steps. And if you think that you went too crazy on that inner corner, you can always clean that up a little bit with your ring finger, with your pinky finger, whatever the case may be. Just kind of make it more subtle if you want to. Now we're going to take that same brush that I was just using, because I dropped the other one, and I'm going in with the only shade we have not used yet at all in this palette, and that is that white-ish color. I guess it has a little bit of a pinky tone to it, so it's not stark white, but I'm just doing a real light, make sure I dust off the excess. Now this is a very fluffy brush, and I'm going right under that brow bone. And you always want to tap off your excess with this palette. I think that's part of my issue down there in the bottom, because I didn't do that. So, now with that, we're going to take the brush that we were using on that lash line before, and we're going to go back in with that brown. Now, let me get in very, very close. You can see where I got a little bit down here. Well, we can work with that. Work with it. Just smudge a little bit of liner, a little bit of that brownish shade underneath. And then we're going to take another brush and kind of smoke it out a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that to the other side too. Okay. That's one area I'm not comfortable with doing yet. So, I'm not the best at doing my lower liner. But, hey, that's okay. Everybody has to learn, and the only way we're going to learn is by doing. So I'm going to take this other smaller brush right here. Whenever you do liner, you can take a smaller brush and kind of smoke it out a little bit. And you can also clean up. I would recommend using some kind of a makeup cleansing wipe. Like, I've got some of the Equate ones here, but they're about dried out, honestly. You could take a makeup cleansing wipe and get your finger in there, like so. And just clean up those edges a little bit. You know, you can really, this is the exfoliating one, so it's not the best to be using on my eye area, but that's okay. See, you can tell I got some stuff off there. Alright, so now we're going to take that palette, just because we did put some on the lower lash line like that. That same little brush that we used to smudge, we're going to go in with the inner corner shade. And I'm getting some of that on the brush, on the tip and on the side as well, and really going to make sure that that inner corner has plenty of pop to it. The one thing I can say about this palette is it does have some pigment to it. The one thing I don't like about it is that there's no real transition shade. So, right there. Okay, now let's, we're going to go ahead, I think, and, well, if I can find it here. Yep, right here. Okay, I am going to use the Salon Perfect Done-in-One Brow Pomade right here. Now, I'm not perfect at this, and it comes with this little, oh, not that one. Wrong brush. But that kind of brush that I just showed you is good for eyeliner too. But this here, it comes with a spoolie on one end and then a brush on the other. So, brush out the brows real good. Get them going whatever way you want to. Now this works for a more harsh look, but I just thought I would show you that it is possible to do your brows with a pomade. Now you don't want to go crazy and really dig your brush in because it is pigmented. I'm going to come in really close, and I'm holding it way down here by the spoolie, practically. And you get the tilted side, if you can tell, and you real lightly just go over your brows. Because this stuff can go way too harsh really fast. And that's one thing, whenever you're doing your brows, you want a shade that is maybe a shade or two lighter than your hair color. My hair color is a, well, dark brown, let's put it that way. But my brows are more of, well, in my eyes, a taupey color. So, and you go lighter on the ends and more firm in the middle. And you can tell I'm just filling in some sparse areas, and it's small strokes. You don't want to go crazy and just whoop, one big stripe and you're done. It is small strokes. So, okay. Now this is not very forgiving, so if you, at least not in my book, if you mess up, you have to probably use a makeup wipe to take it off. So, okay. That's the brows. Okay. I really need to pluck mine, but that's okay. Right? Right. Alright, now I'm using my lash curler. This is an e.l.f. one, I believe. Curling my lashes. Yes, you're hearing my dog Lucy whine in the bedroom. They wanted to be in here with me whenever I was filming, so I couldn't do that. They gotta stay in the bedroom. This area is not big enough for the 4 of us. I got 3 dogs. Okay, so I curl my lashes, and I tend to pump my curler while I'm doing that to really make sure I get them good and curled. See, that's what my lashes are almost non-existent, really. They're so short, it seems like to me. And I'm using the CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. Using that one. Whoops. It's about time for a new tube. And I'm not going too crazy. Mascara, it's hard for me to talk while I'm doing it. I apologize for that. Okay. See the difference? There is mascara on one eye compared to no mascara. Mascara, no mascara. Let's do the other eye, the other eye, the other eye. Now, okay, whenever I was doing my makeup, I told you my right eye was my more difficult one. Well, for mascara, my left eye one is. So, apologize, I went out of frame for a second. So that is that eye. That eye mascara. Now, I usually add a couple layers, so, and I haven't done my lower lashes on this eye. Okay, sorry about that. My camera cut off on me. So, I haven't done my lower lashes yet. And I'm not good at my lower lashes, so I'm just taking it and I lightly, like, go on the tips, basically, is all I do with the lower. Just go back and forth. Because with me, I can't hardly see to get them little bitty baby lashes. If any of you have any good tips for doing lower lashes for people that cannot see, let me know. Because I'd love to know what your tips are. So, that right there. That right there is the makeup look. Alright, let's zoom you back out. Okay, now we've got the look going. Right there. Go ahead and fluff up my hair a little bit. Now let's see what color we want to go with for lipstick. I think we're going to go more of a nudie color. This one right here looks good. Touch of Spice. It's a Maybelline Creamy Matte. I should have put on some lip balm, but these right here are a great matte lipstick. They're not as drying as most of them. So we're going to put this on. But this is what the Touch of Spice looked like. It's a, I think Emily Noel 83 one time called it like a, almost like a Merlot color, kind of like a bricky brown. So. I want to thank you for joining us today, and I do hope that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel as well as follow us on social media so that you can stay up to date on what's going on. And if you want sneak peeks at what might be coming, you can also follow us on Snapchat or Instagram, because I do post random sneak peeks or items that I've gotten recently or whatever on those. So I'd love for you to join me there and get to know me, and so that I can get to know you as well. So if you would like to get in touch with me, I will have links down below to where you can do so. And let's join together and make beauty accessible. If you don't mind passing this video along to other people that you may know, I would greatly appreciate it. Just hit that share button, and also please subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.